Hey Jay Robinson, it's Elise, and I just wanted to give you a few tips and tricks to organizing your Google Drive. I'm also going to share with you a document that was created by CMS Instructional Technology that shows you even more how-tos and step-by-step. So hopefully this will give you an idea, and if you need the step-by-step, you can use their resources. So first, before we even begin, right now I'm sitting in the new drive. You might be sitting in the old, and other things that might look a little different but really don't impact how you organize your drive is how you have it set up to view. So you can have a grid view or a list view. The list view, you can see things just look a little bit smaller, whereas the grid view gives you a little bit more information about the document, so who owns it and then what date it was last modified. A way to get to the old drive or to the new drive is you hit this little settings wheel over here, and you can leave the new drive and it'll take you to the old. So still same kind of view. Some of the words are a little bit different over here on the left hand side. So it's just personal preference, whichever one you prefer. But right now, I'm just going to show you everything from the new drive. Now, I'm looking at my grid view. Just some features right here on the page. I already showed you the settings wheel over here. This view details will show you the activity that you have in your drive. So who has edited a document is all over here. If people have shared something from within your drive, if someone has edited a document, you can see that over here in the activity. Another thing that Google does is it keeps track of what time things were done at. So if you want to see if a student in your class has worked on a document on a certain day or at a certain time, it would be over here. It also would be a good way to see, oh, hey, they're working in a group, but is one person just doing all the work? You would be able to see, oh, John was doing everything on this day, and Susie was just sitting there hanging back, relaxing. Another fun thing I wanted to show you about just this main page is a search drive box. So you can search your entire drive. So say someone asked me about Google Classroom, I can type in Google Classroom, and anything that I have in my drive that relates to Google Classroom is going to show up. So you can see I have a lot over here. Another fun feature of this search box is I can search all of CMS. So anyone who has made a document viewable to all of CMS, and I'll show you how you can do that in a little bit. You can click this checkbox right here, search CMS, and I can search all of that domain for Google Classroom, and so I can pull up any of the presentations or worksheets, how-tos about Google Classroom. So I have done that before for people, and it's been great. Teachers are the best stealers in the entire world. Of course, with credit, right? Digital citizenship. All right, so I just want to show you how to create folders and then share them and then look at the different settings. So to create a folder or a file, you come over here to New, and then you can create the folder. You can also upload a folder. So if you have a thumb drive, or you're working on your desktop and you've saved things to your desktop and you want to save it to your Google Drive, you can just upload right here directly. A nice little backup system. And then of course you have your docs, sheets, slides, forms, etc. So I want to create a new folder, and I'm going to call it Rec for Tech 2015, since that is coming up soon. Awesome. Somehow I got out of my own drive. Okay, so you can see I already have a Rec for Tech folder because I was just experimenting, but so I have this Rec for Tech 2015 folder. Now, if I had a document, or if Sherry shared a document with us, like the announcer script or anything like that, I could then come in and hit New. While inside this folder, I hit New, File, Upload, and then I could pull in that document, whether it's from my computer or from my thumb drive. You can pull that in just like you would any other document. You can also, if she has shared it as a Google Doc, I could find the document and put it in this folder so that everything was organized. Again, we still have settings, view details, so I can see that I created the folder. And then you can sort those items within the folder. Okay, so now I'm sitting in my Rec for Tech, but I'm the only one who can see it. Well, that doesn't help anybody. So I'm going to come over here to this person with the plus, and it's exactly what it is. You're going to share it with someone. So I would type in S-register, and then I'm going to make sure that she can edit the document. Okay, I can click this button that says, oh, they'll get an email to remind them about it. This advanced settings option, sorry, I just dropped something, is where you can like add a personal message. You can change the way that people see it. So what I just clicked on is I just hit change. So right now I'm the only one with access to it, and then only people who I specifically share it with are going to be able to view it. If I wanted anyone within CMS to be able to search for it, or like if they had the link that they could find it, I could click on that option. What I did when I was searching for Google Classroom, the person had said anyone within CMS can search for it. It can be public on the web or anyone with a link. So if I wanted to share something with my students that also parents needed to see, I would do this anyone with a link, because then they don't need a Google Apps for Education account in order to view it. Same thing with public on the web. So just kind of think about who your audience is for each document, and you can change the settings. Now you could say that anyone who is viewing it, anyone who accesses it, can edit it or view it, same thing. So just really think about how you're sharing things, and it's gonna change every time you're creating a document depending on what purpose you have. So I'm the owner and I want to share it with Sherry, so send, but I'm not actually going to share it with her at this point. But when I did share it with her, a little person would show up. Another thing I want to point out to you is that I have different colors of my folders. So this might be a way for those of us who are a little bit more visual that you could say, oh, find the red folder. That's the one with the resources for Rec for Tech. So I could find my red folder. The way that you change the colors, you come over here to this More Actions button, and then you can change the color. So you have these wonderful colors of the rainbow. Awesome. Another way to quickly find resources that you've created is by starring them. So then once you star them, if I come over to my starred option over here in the menu, then I would pull up all the things that I have starred. Of course, this recent, you could see everything that you have recently accessed. So I've done that before where I'm working on something and I just don't remember exactly where I saved it. I've got a lot of folders and a lot of just random things in my drive. So I'll just come to recent and say, oh, right, I was working on it yesterday. I'm going to pull it up from yesterday. One other thing about sharing files and folders is when you get something shared with you, it goes into the Shared With Me folder. Now, I'm going to switch to list view over here because this tells me who owns the document, when it was shared with me, and where it is in my drive. So most of these things I have put in my drive, but I'm going to scroll down and see if I can find something that's not currently in my drive. So I'll click on this. This is something that's for documentation of a job, and so this is one of the PDFs. He's actually the PDF at Kennedy Middle School. He's a nice guy. Anyways, he shared with me his data collection tool, but it's just sitting in my Share With Me folder, and you can see I have a lot of things in my Shared With Me folder. So I want to be able to find his data collection tool quickly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on it, and then up here in this banner, there's a folder here that says Add to My Drive. So I'm just going to click on that, and then I'm going to put it in one of my folders or I'm just going to put it right in my drive. So depending on whatever the document is, I can put it in my drive, just it's in my drive right now, or I can put it in this PDF folder, move, and then it'll show up as in PDF folder once it actually finishes doing that. So sometimes we get frustrated because we have so many items in our Share With Me folder, especially if we're using the Google Classroom. All of our students, whenever they access a document, it comes to us in the Share With Me. Well, as soon as someone shares something with you, go in and add it to your drive so that you can use it more effectively. Another way you can share things with people is by getting the link. So anytime you click on an actual document, you can get the link right there, so copy and paste that link. I have an extension up here that shortens it for me, so I don't have to do like a whole nother website to shorten it. But again, if I have a folder that I've shared with everyone, but I only want like I don't want everyone to be able to edit everything, because you know there's some really important stuff. So say here's my graduate school folder. Evidence is I want to share it with someone, but I want to change what they can actually do, right? I don't want them to change anything in my grad school work. I just want them to be able to view it. Then I can do that, and done. It'll be shared as a view-only file. So that's a pretty quick rundown of organizing your drive. I hope that you do spend some time organizing your drive, because one of the most frustrating things with technology is not being, when it becomes more difficult than it needs to be. So spending time now to learn those tips and tricks like coloring or starring or naming things a certain way. So maybe you have a certain naming convention that you always use, like Unit 6, Day 2, then you'll be ready to find whatever you are working on later. Let me know if you have any questions, and again, I will share the how-to with y'all in the email. So, awesome. Thanks.